So I forgot the most important part of the video. If you stick around to the end, I have a prime example of how doing it for you can have the most crazy and unexpected benefits. So this is something that this is how I live my life. And like I said, I'm not a influencer. I'm just a regular guy, and I love fitness, and I just love fun. I love to have fun. But anyway, a little bit of something about me. It'll show you a little bit different side of me, but I'm going to tell you about that at the end of the video, and I hope you enjoy it. And let me know in the comments what you think about it after you checked it out, and I appreciate it. Thanks. Good morning and happy Monday. So first thing is I want to thank you guys so much. So over the past week, my subscriber count is like almost double. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but for those of you who just joined me last week, and all of you actually, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I will do as much as I can and provide to you as much value as possible, because I believe that we all go through things for our own particular reasons, and the reasons why I think that I went through mine is to just help as many people as possible. Because as I've traveled through life and as I've gotten older, I realized that I've had the solution to so many problems, but because I was so quiet, I kept them to myself. And I decided that for the second half of my life that I want to give people as much help as I've received over the years, and because I didn't make it to this point in my life by myself. So I'm taking everything that all the knowledge that I've gathered over the 40 years of my life, and I want to give it to you to help you live as a fulfilling life as I feel that I've lived. So with that being said, why I wanted to say do it for yourself. So up to this point in my journey, I've gone through high school, so 2 years of high school, and I got a books and tuition scholarship to go to like a junior college. So I spent 3 years there, and I ended up getting a scholarship to go D1. So after D1, I spent 2 years at D1, and I only got to play like a half a season. So that was the end of my career, and at that point, I had a decision to make. What are you gonna do? I decided that I wanted to play football. So with that, the next narrative was just bring on the pain. I had no idea what I was in store for when I said that I wanted to play football. So what that meant for me was, now that I initially ruined the chance that I had before in college, like I could have possibly gone to the NFL. I don't know. I'll never know. But what I knew is that I had a longer and harder route, because now I had responsibility tacked on top of my dream. So what are you going to do? Are you just going to get a job and fade away? Or are you going to do what you said you're going to do? So I said that I'm going to be a football player. So one thing that they do at the end of football, well, I guess for seniors, is they give everyone gets like this invitation to go to a combine. So the combine is like get you in front of a lot of NFL scouts and things. So that was my first course of action. So I had maybe 6 months or so to prepare for this, to get like ready for a combine. So I had to get ready with my speed and my strength and everything. And at this point, I barely even got to play. The season was already over. I'm going home without a degree at this point, and then the only thing in my mind is getting ready for a tryout. So that's what I do. I spent the next 6 months preparing for this, and I was in the absolute best shape of my life. And one thing that taught me was that just a change of environment was huge for me. I got away from all the partying, all the girls, all the temptation, and I was able to lock in and get a job. And then everything that when I wasn't working, I was working on myself. So I went to work on myself, and what I did was I got in the best shape of my life. I was ready. I was benching, I was repping 350 at the time. I was squatting over 600 pounds, power cleaning 350. I was doing this on a regular basis because it's all I had to concentrate on. There wasn't any girls in my face. There wasn't any parties in my face, no alcohol, nothing, just me and my goals. And I did it for myself. And when I got to a certain point, it was, I think I was about a month or so out from the combine, and I was doing one of my last heavy days of lifting. And I remember it like it was yesterday. I was repping out like 350 doing my last set before I did like a, like a lighter set. And I was pushing down, pulling up, and I brought it down, bounced it off my chest. Not really like a bounce, but it just pushed it off my chest. And as I was about to rack it, something happened and the weight came back down. So what happened was I tore my pec about a month away from the combine. Now, I had been working so hard for this. And now you're telling me that the thing that defensive linemen are judged off the most, which is their strength, I can't bench press. Now, at this point, I'm devastated. I'm like, okay, I don't know how serious it is. I'm panicking. I don't have insurance, and I don't know what to do. So, luckily, I was working out with one of my coaches from high school, my old coach from high school. So he just said, go see the trainer. And he said, yep, you tore your bicep. It's going to be a long rehab process. And I asked, how long is it going to be? He said, 4 to 6 months at least. But that was just from the trainer's standpoint. I hadn't even gone to the hospital yet. I couldn't go to the hospital. I didn't have insurance. What was I going to do? Whatever I could. So I still decided that I wanted to go to the combine. I could barely pick up my arm. My chest was twice the size because I guess whatever tore from my pec went inside of my chest, and like it was twice the size, and my bicep was filled with blood. And I did what I could. I tried to pick up small weights with the busted pec, but I couldn't do anything. And I trained what I could. I tried to run. I tried to get used to like not being able to use my arm as much as possible. But at the end of the day, I was shot, but I still decided to go anyway. So I get there and I'm looking at everybody, and being a competitor, you have to size yourself up to everybody. And I know, just looking at me, we have to strip down to our tights, and they're looking at us and we're sizing ourselves up. I'm like, have y'all even been working out? I'm like, I hadn't worked out in a month and I still look better than most of these people. And to this day, I'm just so pissed off that I couldn't bench press. I would have done at least 30 times, but just living in the past. Anyway, I get there, I can't bench press. I can't, I try to do the vertical. I can't pick up my arm. That's my bounding arm. I can't reach up. So vertical is out of the way. And that's where that's my game. I'm fast and I can jump. I'm explosive. And I can't show that I can jump either. And I'm starting to figure, like, why am I even here? And I said, let's continue. So the next thing was our agility drill. So I get there and I'm warming up. I'm like, okay, I can at least do that because I don't have to, it's not a long enough distance for me to have to move my arm that much. So I'm trying to figure out a way where I can keep my arm secure by my side so I don't mess myself up. And I'm practicing, and I go down this way, and then I go down the other way. And then that one felt pretty good. And I do another one. And the worst thing that could possibly happen happened. My whole sole tore off of my shoe. And I'm like, if it wasn't bad enough that I tore my pec a month before, I can't bench press, now I don't have any shoes to run in. So I wore some shoes previously, and I had to wear a pair of Air Force Ones. Now, if you know anything about Air Force Ones, you know those are the most brittle shoes you've ever seen. So I'm trying to flex this thing and try to run, and I can't do it. And I run in it anyway. And needless to say, I probably run like maybe 6 second agility drill. I don't know what it was. It was garbage. And same thing that happened for my 40. It was trash. And at the end of the day, the whole thing was trash. And I'm just like riding home with my brother, and I'm just wondering, what did I even come here for? I did it for me, but I finished. I can say that in my beat up state, that everything that I could have done, I did it. And that's what changed my life forever. I realized that even though I didn't get to my goals, that I had the framework of how to see something through. Now you might be wondering, like, when did you even go play football? Like, there was a lot of disaster and trials and tribulations in between. But needless to say, um, I made it there. And I think that maybe after this part, then you'll actually see where like the light at the end of the tunnel came. So what I'm saying is, like, there was nobody in the middle of this telling me to cheer me on, telling me to do this stuff. I did it anyway. I knew that this was the dream that I wanted to live, and I had to see it through. And you might be wondering, just like, how do you keep dealing with this stuff? And the thing is, just you get to a point in your journey where it's really tough to turn around. If you think about all the stuff that you've been through up to a certain point, and now you say, I've had enough, then you never get to know what the end of that looks like. And all you have to do is just wonder, what if? Like, I don't have bandwidth in my brain to wonder what if. So I finished it. So I can say that even though in my destroyed state of body, with my messed up shoe, that I finished and did what I had to do. With all the embarrassment that I took on, I did it. So what I'm saying is, especially when it comes to fitness, you gotta do it for you. There is no person that's gonna want your body as bad as you want it. Because you can get a little motivation here and there from somebody when they see you start losing weight. Good job. That's nice. I see you looking good. You know, stuff like that. I mean, it boosts you up for just a little bit of time. But those other 23 hours, what you gonna do? That has to come from you. You have to do it for yourself. You have to have reasons why you even want to be in shape in the first place. Now, just because if you stuck to this in the video to this long, I got a surprise for you. So there are crazy things that happen in the world when you do things for yourself. So this one time, actually, it was last year. So last year, during Halloween, the reason why I even like working out in the first place is not because of muscles or anything. Well, it's because of muscles, but not the reason you think. I always wanted to be a superhero when I grew up. Hence the reason why I have a ton of superhero shirts. They're all fading away and getting old, so I need to buy some new ones, but I love superheroes. So I always wanted to look like a superhero. I always wanted to be like the people that, you saw saving the day. And that also gave me my intro into anime, because I've always been an undersized player, and like I've always been like one of the people who enjoyed an underdog story. But anyway, underdog aside, last year we had a Halloween party, and I decided to dress up as, if you guys remember the movie White Chicks from Terry Crews from White Chicks, I decided to dress up as Latrell for Halloween. So something that came as a joke. I wanted to do something that was that would please my heart, and I like making people laugh. So I decided to dress up as Latrell from White Chicks, and the video went viral. So on TikTok, on my wife's profile, I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you look at that, I think I got like 9 million views or something like that. And it's just because, I did it for myself. I did it because, not because somebody told me to do it. I did it because I wanted to, because I love to have fun. I'm just a silly guy, but fitness is my passion. It's not everything that I do. It's just something that I do. But one of those things I feel like I can explain a little bit better as to why you should do it. So the link is in the description. I hope you guys stuck around to the end to enjoy that. But yeah, enjoy and let me know what you think. So when it all comes down to it, just do it for you, man, because nobody's gonna want it more than you want it for yourself. I hope you guys have a happy Monday. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.